Thank you so much to all of you for coming out this evening. I am Karina Shah, grandmother Elishama, and tonight we are working with the blessings and the power of the ninth blessing, kindness. And you probably read my post on Facebook and felt a calling in your own being to be here. So it is truly my honor to have each of you come to Circle and to send the vibration of your being to this space and to bring the accumulated essence of your experience in a human form to this circle. And that as I gaze into each one of you, I see a whole entirety, a whole universe of blessings already in you. I gaze into each one of you and I see a profound mirror of mastery and grace and blessedness already available. And as we know, the events of the last week or so has been intense. But we are just asking in this moment, if you feel called to go down deep underneath some of those expressions and above, overseeing that so that you can find that quiet tenderness within your own humanity, in your own sacred space. And as I gaze at each of you and those that may be witnessing this, I bring forth this beloved blessing. I also call in those who are going through a profound event. Our beloved friends right now on the planet who may be experiencing some cataclysmic or catalytic event right now. And as we soften into our own earthly vibration, may we be able to soften into the planetary consciousness and the expression of which that beloved celestial presence of her heart and what she is sharing through her own shift right now. And as I spent time with grandmother today, she shared with me just some of the insights regarding this very intense and beautiful time. She said, one orchestra in the orchestral movements of an age is now rising up and leaving their situated places in that orchestral movement. And the new musicians are arriving with the new music that's coming in and being played in the harmony of the heart. This symphonic joining together in consciousness prior to the song of creation in this new formulation of life. There is always the tuning up of the orchestra, which sometimes can sound a little chaotic when each of the instruments are playing, preparing before the music of the heart, the soul, and the presence of all that is arrives. And if we've ever been at a concert prior to the symphony unfolding, you can hear almost a cacophony of all the different instruments playing all at once, and it can sound a little overwhelming. We are in that time, she says. And each of us are an instrument in that orchestral movement. And so each of us are tuning up the instrument of our being. It is done through the heart, we could say the physical heart, or what would be called the high harmonic heart. And as love is played through the instrument of our being, we may experience the effulgent or the shining presence. And as we are celebrating and realizing this ninth blessing, kindness, some of the highest regard that one can feel when love is pure and when it is tuned through the instrument of our being, it is sent forth and through us as loving kindness. What is known as metta meditation or compassion. And so for all beings who are here in this circle, and all that you may choose to also call in, and you're welcome to do that now, silently, gently, in your own being. And as we create this circle, and as we touch each other's hand and heart in that celestial presence, just realize that joining together, we create in the center of our circle a golden heart woven from the very fabric of the truth of our being, the very depths and the very heights of our awareness, at the very core essence of our being. And so may we have this now come to us and through us. And as we breathe into that, we call forth this very essence and blessing through our own being as we begin this journey. And as in all journeys, we start here and now, where all is presence and possibility. And however you may be dwelling in your physical body, invite in through the breath the opportunity for a great deepening. And as we breathe into that space and presence, may we call into it kindness. Kindness, that sweet and gentle smile amidst the storms, the joys, the sorrows of all experience. Kindness, gazing into the eye of the one whom we love, the one who we may not know, and the one who opposes our greatness. And in that gazing and in that witnessing, may we see our own in the divinity and the awareness that we are all here together. And I ask you now to take this time, if you so choose, just to gently place your hands in your heart center, which is called the thymus gland. It's just a moment of warm embrace to acknowledge the gift of presence in our own being. I also ask you now just to take this time to gently affirm all that you are, all that you have been, and all of the experiences and expressions of this existence, of this incarnation, and the many pathways, lifelines, lifetimes, lineages that you have traversed. And in that acknowledgement, bring to it the gift of kindness. For in order for us to really fully experience the expanse of kindness, we must first take it in as that sacred light and food and nourish, support, and honor the oneness and greatness of our own being, this immaculate opportunity, this gift. Even if at times it may feel more as a burden than it does as a blessing. May we call to that which is the wholly intact, the wholly perfect, that small, still, fullest awakened essence within our being. As we gaze into it, at that wondrous gift, and breathe deeply into that further. May we also feel that which rises up to meet this great calling and awareness and acknowledgement, that which opens and expands. As we may feel a dilation of our being, as if to draw up the breath from that sacred well that is so deep, the waters that run through the consciousness deep. And as we take up that breath, may we drink from that well, that sacred well of the infinite, as we come into the comfort and well-being and calm that only kindness can give. As we take in this beloved sacred embrace, and we breathe that up, may we feel that now as the most tender blessing. In the quiet stillness of our own being. As I call into this circle the beloved presence of my Oversoul, the Universal Oversoul, Grandmother Elushama, may you too in your own way call in that which is drawn down from the very highest and most profoundest essence of your being, the true spiritual light of your awareness, the gift that is most humble and wise, the great master of your essence. As you breathe this down, feeling the pouring in of the celestial light, and all light that is so whole and holy and well, here and now, as it has always been, feeling even more the expansion of the well-being and the deepening, that light descending, offering to us a welcoming calm, a welcoming, loving, and profound intelligence. Just as we feel the rising of this, the spiraling upward, and the descending downward, coming into that place called the Holy of Holies, as behind the veil, beneath and above and within, therein shall it rest. Coming now even further into more essence and presence. And as you call in more of that being, all of who you truly are, always here, always welcoming, and always available. To all of our community and humanity, everywhere situated upon this earth, may you call forth your family and friends, and all whom you love near and dear, and all of your soul groups, soul family, celestials, and otherwise, all those who wish to join in this circle now, as we bring the deep, calming peace of kindness, the hand that reaches across the divide, as a bridge would reach from one to another. We outstretch this hand of kindness to those that are aware and those that still are aspiring towards awareness. And those that are still asleep in their own joyful innocence. All are welcome to this circle. For as we call this, each of us calling our own, each in this council, you have come because you are called and you are here. And in the offering of your being, you bring forth an intention as clear as the bell that rings. What presence and beauty you have already. What joy and well-being you have. In this moment, this gift of kindness, the gift of the kindness and gentleness, how can we enact this in every breath and live this in every way and be this as we all are? It is simple with those that carry that vibration so naturally. And then it is our great task to those who are still aspiring towards this, to gently gaze through the appearances. Those that are still working through things in resistance. Love is always here, omnipresent, as it is, as it has always been, everlasting, whole and holy in all ways. And we as its expressions, we as the instrument of this, we as in that intact nature, that spark, that light, that awareness, that gift, as it opens and as it is honored, and as it is welcomed and as it is shared. We give the highest kindness to all, in the honoring, in the blessing, and within the truth of our essence. So I say this to you in all honesty, in all truth. I have not always been kind, gentle, and loving to my own being. And we all know those times when we have grown dim, lost, confused, given up, struggled, fallen to our knees, fallen and lost our ways, lost our way, risen up to see another day. For even as clouds may cover the sun still remains. And rain, though it falls, as beautiful as it is, it can flood. It can turn into a swirling storm. When winds can be gentle and soft, can also knock off roofs and knock down things. So we know the power that can be all that is. With the ever-penetrating presence of kindness, we may peer through and see that this is all a gift offered to us in the expression of our experience here. It is easy to sit across the table of one that we can resonate with, but to sit across the table with one that may wish us not well, therein is the greatest moment to cultivate kindness. Just as we may sit across the table from the judger of our own being, there too, the greatest moment to cultivate this wondrous power of love flowing through the heart of a purified being, kindness, the great wisdom to see beyond the appearances and into the moment of the meeting of two hearts, the meeting of many hearts. What if all who have created moments of suffering and loss on this planet in their own ignorance of the great source of their being were surrounded fully and completely and gazed into what the highest and most profoundest moments of kindness, compassion, and awareness, what would unfold in that moment? Perhaps in this circle, we may be able to cultivate this now. For until we can look into the heart of our own darkness and ignorance of the greatness and of our own profound nature, how can we sit across the table from an enemy and not see the wonder and greatness of their true nature? So we offer this to you now. These words, which come from a metta meditation, which means loving kindness. You are welcome to ingest and take them in as the sacred light of the food. You are welcome to do whatever you so choose in this moment as we breathe in the vapor of these words. O beloved one, may you be at peace. May we all be within the peace of all grace. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May we all awaken to the light of our own true nature. May your heart remain open. May all our hearts remain open. May you be healed and harmonized within the source of all that is. May we be healed and harmonized within the source of all that is, as we already are. May you be a source of infinite healing and harmony for all. May we be an infinite source for healing and harmony for all. May your every light, every life, and every breath be a living, breathing example of the highest and deepest for the good of all. And may this be ours, yours, everywhere, at all times, places, dimensions of being, in all truth, source, and light. So be it, and so it is. Deum Devaya Denateu Amayati Jamadmodi Tewalatayati Anoayatewa Jiamateati Yamda Umaye Amdea Devateu Jamye. Dear ones, take this moment to remind yourself of a loving gesture of kindness that was gifted to you in your life. Take this moment now to just gently remember perhaps a stranger who offered something to us, a random act of kindness or a very deliberate act of joyful kindness offered to us. Call in and remind yourself of the moments of which you have so gently and lovingly given to yourself. Those moments of welcoming after times of distress and despair, joy and happiness, of overwhelm and sweet, sweet, loving gifts. Those moments where we were wondering in our truth or in our confusion, and a prayer is answered, a desire or wish comes true, a phone call arrives, a letter comes in, a message or a post, where someone reaches across an expanse just to let us know that they are here, that we matter, that our life has value and meaning. Just take this moment to breathe that in and through. All the times you may have reached beyond what you could, even in your moments of love and well-being or despair and sadness, and you reached across like a bridge and called forth an essence or a presence of your being that was noble and powerful and deep and so loving that it reached across a huge divide in a silent or quiet moment or a great and grand gesture and gave to us the welcoming embrace, the warm hug, the kind phone call, the loving moment of the reminder and the remembrance of the gift of our essence in life and the gift of essence in life in others. I think for a moment of the beloved furry friends who I've had in my life who just landed on my lap when I was in a moment of overwhelm. Those sweet and kind and compassionate and loving beings whose only love they have to give is so pure and so essential. We thank and bless all of these experiences, the wonders and the blessings from those in our family, those in our friends, and those who we have met only briefly, and those we may never know, who have just sent forth an awareness of the gift of who we are, as we do the same for them. And in this moment, even so, if there is a part of you or a part of someone else who you have struggled to meet in a resonant heart, or have wanted to address some aspect or part on this planet of which you still are trying to find a way to love and appreciate, may we bring them to our circle now and bless them as they are. The wondrous and wise, the confused and lost, the loving, all the different strata of consciousness that dwells, existing and breathing, praying and hoping, affirming and being the great leaders on this planet who do so much to support so many, the wise beings, those that live just for the prayer in each heart and each moment that they give, to those who silently and quietly in their own way and own gestures bring forth so many wondrous gifts for humanity, those in a moment of crisis who reached across a divide and saved someone, to those who just gently opened a door to allow us through, wherever those gestures are, and those beings who have done so much to elevate the kindness of their own being, the nobility of their own grace. We welcome and thank you. We thank all beings in all ways And we invite you into the center of this circle now. And now we call in the profound elements that are constantly attuning through our consciousness and the consciousness of the collective. The watery elements. You who have given so much life, who have nourished and quenched. O waters of this world and waters of this universe and celestial waters in consciousness, we thank and bless you, if you so choose, bowing now to the wonders of the flowing presence. Just as we have the emotional body and the connection of our own flowing essence, we bring kindness, calm, and presence. Thank you, waters. Thank you. O great elemental awareness of the earth and all the mighty power in that earthly presence, the element of earth, the shaping of the form from the dust to the soil, to the microbial mat and all of its creation, where seeds are planted, where gardens are grown, where life forms and dissolves. We thank and bless this, O great awareness of all being. May we feel the waters and the earth gently joining and connecting in whole and holiness. We elevate our thoughts and our being and honor this moment of earth in all its presence. We thank this beloved element. Thank you. Thank you. And just as we breathe for the element of air and the winds that sweep and change, the movement of life and breath and being, so too do we honor and thank the element of air. From the lofty thoughts to the depths of the spirit of the life that flows through us, as we breathe this in, we know that life and breath are one. We thank and bless and honor the element of air. as we bring our thoughts to kindness and calm. As we move now and come to the element of fire, the power of that which transmutes, the sun, the solar logos, heat and fire, and the power that brings forth the change through that spiritual presence, just as we have connected the emotional through the water, and the physical through the earth, and the mental through the air. So too now connecting to the spiritual in the fire. The great transformative qualities of this. May it flow through our whole bodies and beings as the spiritual light that flows through us now. Beings in the spirit, walking in the form. Feeling this now. And breathing this through. In these four universal elements, we come to the fifth, what we know as the ether or the etheric. As we connect into the energy body, the subtle frequencies of this, that which is attuned to the most gentle and soft and subtle of all energies. And through this energy body, we may feel the healing qualities and the harmonizing qualities that bring to us the great gifts and messages. Blessing this refined, wondrous energy, this blessedness of this energetic matrix that is the blessing of our body and being. And as we have tuned into each one of these elements, we give thanks. For we are attuned as we are tuning and attuning these elemental bodies and this presence within our own. As we connect to the dimensional aspect of the Akasha or the Akashic body and all the dimensions of our awareness in our being, as we are non-dual and also local and non-local, carrying the blessings of so much in so many dimensions. We honor and thank this sacred element. Connecting into this awareness now. And bringing forth the loving kindness and thankfulness for the expression of this too. And finally, the uniting force of all of this light, the body of light, the light body and the light vehicle, known too as the chariot or the Merkaba, that which joins all together, the rainbow bridge. We thank and bless this as we too attune and tune this vehicle, this indwelling presence flowing through the heart. So too, the kindness through the well of creation. Feeling the radiant pulses. As I bring forth this drum beat, if you feel called, you're welcome to open your hands as if to receive tiny dewdrops. This love from this presence is offered to thee as it comes through your own holy presence, offered through this song and transmission. Bring this gift of loving kindness to all into your own heart if you so choose. Opening your whole being to receive this. This is yours. This is your gift. Welcome this. This is the honoring time now for all of us. Peer through the circumstances, for you are great, great, wise, wise beings. And the wisdom that you have from the experience of being in this physical form is a gift to give to so many. You are the gift of creation. The very heartbeat of your own human, sacred, divine, beloved. Will you give this gift first to your own essence, honoring, bowing down to the great effulgent, shining nature, and feel the rippling waves of light. Opening your hands to receive this from your own beloved heart. Breathe it through. Breathe through. Breathe through. Yeah, breathe through. Yeah, breathe through. Oh, breathe through. Yeah, breathe through. Oh, breathe through. Yeah, breathe through. Hey, hey, Move it through. Breathe it through. We've all been through this passage. There is gift in our heart. And all so unique and beautiful in their experience. all so welcome. Circle, so welcome. Each unique expression blended and added together, and all sharing wondrous messages and gifts, lighting the way for our soul families, and to those who are literally right now in this moment just opening their eyes for the first time, their hearts and their arms, and looking around. And here we are, all ready for them, welcoming them in to our circle, to each of our circles. Who knows where we will meet them and when or how, from a small simple encounter to just a gentle gazing and a quick glance of recognition. Who knows how and when, but we are ready now, because we have been preparing ourselves for many, many eons for this moment and all moments. And we are ready to light the light at the top of that beautiful lighthouse, and in the heart, the shining essence. We are ready, willing and able to offer the greatest gestures of the gifts of who we are. Through the awareness that we have walked in those shoes and in that path in our own way, and we know what it's like to wake up from a sleepy, sleepy dream and see life for the first time. And we know sometimes the shock and the awe and the joy of discovering this. As guides and guardians and beloved caretakers of soul families, beloved hearts who are just bursting with the awareness of those eyes wide open, we so welcome you in. Thank you so much for what you have gone through to be here now, because we have been where you are at the beginning, and we are here where we are, and we welcome you in. No matter what you've done and what you've said and where you've been and who you are, you're welcome into this circle right here, right now, and we offer our love through the kindness of our welcoming. This is the gift of this blessing, the welcoming of our heart for all who are waking, for all who are awake, for those that are arising and ascending, and those who are still asleep, for all life, for all sentient awareness, for all the gifts of Source Divine, creation incarnate in all space, time, and dimensions. May this be the welcoming call of kindness in all ways. So be it. So be it. And so it is. So be it. And so it is. The welcoming call. Thank you, each refined being.
It's really good.
Refined heart. Grandmother now is here, fully anchored, gazing into us all now. Offering this water and this blessing. Through this transmission. I'm going to unmute so that we may commune and bring forth after we do this silent transmission and gazing.
Are you there, Karina?
Yes, Carolyn, we're just doing some silent transmission. Sorry, dear.
Deep within our hearts flows this river of kindness, eternally present within each of us, asking to flow outward into the hearts of others,
¿Qué tal? 그런 거 다
lifting
있어.
them
심하게 있어요.
into the highest communion of their hearts with all of life. Thank you.
Let us build this resonant field as we all speak together now, different forms and languages. Let your voice be heard. And speak together, whatever needs to come. Grandmother says, let it come forward. Your voice, language, whatever it is that you wish to say. Join together in this. Please begin if you feel called to do that, and don't be concerned about sound. This is a joint effort of us all. Whatever rises say, and bring forth through the body whatever needs to come. Let it flow through. Thank you so much, dear hearts. As we move through these layers in dimension, in time, space, all that is. For this last half hour of our gathering, Father has now guided me to ask each of you to just gently open your eyes, coming into the full presence of your being, as you already are there. As we spend this last half hour together, just gathering our thoughts and prayers and blessings, and just gently introducing ourselves if we so choose. And sharing some of the loving kindness of our presence and being. Welcome, Charlie. Welcome, Vergita. Welcome, Guillermo. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name correctly or not. Guillermo. Bernadette. Tracy. Edith. Brandon. And Carolyn. We went very, very deep. Can you hear me okay? Can everyone hear me? Good. There's a beautiful and powerful transmission. Can everyone hear me okay? Just nod if you know. Can't hear me. No, no one can hear me. Okay. All right, we'll adjust the sound.
Better.
Better. Okay. Okay, can everyone hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, the joy of technology. So thank you, Charlie. Can you hear me now, Charlie? Yes. Unmuting you.
Thank you.
Okay. And it looks like Brigida is in very deep space. So thank you for being with us, Brigida. I'm not sure if the screen is frozen. Oh, you're awake. Okay, hi, sweetie. Welcome. Thank you. Just giving the last few minutes of our gathering to just to enjoy of us here. So thank you, Charlie, for some of the beautiful words that you shared just in those moments there. It was really lovely. Thank you. And thank you, Brigida, for the beautiful sound that comes out of your magnificent voice. So greatly appreciated drawing that sound in. And thank you. I don't know if I'm saying your name correct. Guillaume, is that how I say your name?
Yes.
Thank you for bringing the beautiful light language energy into our circle. Greatly appreciate it. And
Thank you
for joining us. As always, Bernadette. Holding space, divine sister. Thank you for being with us tonight. Greatly.
Thank you. Something happens when this other sound comes in that you go out.
Another sound?
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to get the voice up, but I can't hear anything. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Same here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
There, I hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. You can hear me now. Well, hear
Yes.
us. It's grandmother and I, so maybe it's just something else taking over. Anyways, we're here now. And Tracy, I guess, has gone off camera and gone quiet, but I know she's here. Okay, so everyone can hear me now.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I still have a problem, Karina.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
me too.
Like you're talking really quiet.
definitely not talking quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm not sure what that is. I must be very far away.
I'm
Maybe
gonna bring you back.
maybe I'm just talking too much and just need to listen to all of you and all of your beautiful kindness and beauty and wonder. I'm not sure if you got camera or not, Brandon, but it's so lovely to have you on the call as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful to be here and just be in this energy, and it's just beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I know some of you are at quite a distance. Is it okay to share your location on the planet where you are located? Can you hear me now if I'm saying this? Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. That's better.
Hello. Now I feel really silly holding my little microphone up here.
Oh, wonderful. Yay.
I don't know what's going on here. Whereabouts are you situated on the planet? Where are you located? Okay. Garam, where are you from?
Me, I'm in Portugal, Lisbon.
How beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming on our call.
yeah, it's wonderful to be here. Thank you for holding this space. And it's quite late here. I don't know exactly. Let me see. It's 2:37 a.m.
Well, thank you.
You.
Thank you for staying up for this.
Mm.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
Thank you.
this. And bringing some of the beautiful energy to Europe. We appreciate you coming and bringing in that energy. Can you guys all hear me now?
Yes.
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 Phew, good. And sorry if the transmission went a little wonky with the sound. Normally I don't have this issue, but there's a lot going on energetically, so technology will have its way with us. Anyways. So, Charlie, what part of the world are you?
Well, I'm from York, Maine, USA.
Beautiful. Thank
Pleasure
you.
to be here as always. Enjoy each of your energies and your beautiful vibrations. It's just so nice to be in circle with each of you and join around the world with hearts open and just sharing in this beautiful transmission that you bring through for us.
Thank you. Yeah, Charlie is my soul brother from another mother.
Aw,
Thank you.
it's beautiful.
Brigitte, what part of the world are you from?
I'm from New Jersey, USA, central New Jersey. And I'm so happy to be part of this group. And of course, I always feel very blessed to be with you, Karina, and the grandmother. And I'm very powerfully receiving some new technology that was coming through my pillar that was, grounded into the earth. So many portals. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I thank you for that, helping me to open more of my gifts. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's wonderful to have you in circle tonight.
Thank you.
And beloved Bernadette, Where are you from, dear heart, besides out in the universe?
I am currently in Canada, near Toronto, but not that close.
Yeah.
For myself, I feel incredible warmth tonight, fiery warmth. We were going through the elements that the water and the heat were very powerful for me, and I felt the flushing through my body, internally and externally, and just this wonderful marriage of an in-breath and an out-breath, and taking in and letting go simultaneously. So I'm very grateful for the experience and for your beautiful words and grandmothers to remind us of our depth and expanse and knowingness of not just a body, we're much more than a body. So I feel like there's a big, kind of, recapitulation in some ways, and a real letting go in others. So thank you. And thank you for your work, for love, which is always present, and for each person that is here, and each soul, and each beloved that's traveled so many spaces and places and has so many gifts to offer, streaming through the body that we're in right now. I am grateful.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Each of you are beautiful.
I wanted to, Guillaume, just to give you a little bit more time to speak, because you were just so quick with, if there's anything else you wanted to add to our circle, if there's anything you wanted to share.
Yeah, it was a wonderful journey, and I have no words to share. It's beyond words. I feel we can all feel this beautiful energy, and wow. Yeah, I want to thank you all for being here on this beautiful group, this beautiful energy, and yeah, we are blessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We're also blessed.
Thank you. My beloved soul sister Tracy, I know exactly where you're from, but let's hear earthly location, dear heart.
I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico right now. It's quite the intense day for me. Not sure what's going on, other than perhaps feeling everything from fire to water to heartache, fear. I couldn't tell you. I don't think it's mine, but it's been kind of intense, very intense. So it was very nice to be here tonight, and just to go so deep within that it's hard to talk. I have a dog that just kept the whole time, so I keep myself on mute because he's intently wanting to take a walk, and it's not time. So yeah, I just went really, really deep. And I don't have anything to report out.
Oh, that's okay. Just if there's anything that comes into your heart, just to honor that in our circle. Thank you.
Welcome.
And I hope the loving kindness that was generated through this vessel can be given forth to assist in your journey.
Thank you.
Okay. And beloved Brandon, what part of the universe do we find you in tonight?
I'm in Texas, and it's so beautiful that we discussed kindness, because we have experienced so much kindness here over the last couple of weeks. And the love and the outpouring and the beauty of the people that have come into service here has just been phenomenal, with the hurricane that happened here. And with what we're seeing, now taking place in Florida, I've just a lot of tonight was just sending that love and kindness to that area as well, and out to our entire planet, because it happens, places all the time. But I guess the point that I would like to make is that even when you're dealing with forces, and in this particular instance, forces of nature, kindness overcomes. Love and kindness just melts it and permeates and brings the beautiful, shining, the silver lining to the cloud, I guess would be the best trite way to put it. But it just is, and you can just feel that permeating through. And so it's so appropriate, I guess, Karina. This subject tonight is just so perfect and so beautiful, and I thank you and Grandmother for that. The love and kindness that pours through you is just tremendous, and it's just healing. It's a healing balm, and just goes everywhere. Also, Tracy, I'd like to say to you, I lived 8 years in Santa Fe. And the thing that we used to laugh about there is 90% of the people in Santa Fe are working on their spiritual path, whether they know it or not. And so that kind of stirs it up. So you may be experiencing a little bit of that, but it's just a beautiful, holy space there. And even to this day, I've been gone 20 years now, but I lived there for 8, and I can still ground back into that even to this day, and just become centered and balanced so quickly. So you'll find it. I don't know how long you've been there, but it'll balance out for you. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's been about 1.5 years, and I came from Boulder, Colorado area. That's pretty intense as well, but a little too crowded these days with the marijuana law. It's kind of like Northern Virginia. It's really crowded. That's where I was originally from. So I'm enjoying living here, but the amplification of the darkness and the light is very pronounced here. And this area had a lot of violent history. And so sometimes I feel it and my heart hurts. It feels like a can opener. It's just breaking me open. So I just keep breathing and think it's going to pass soon, and it goes away and then it comes back. And yeah, but thank you for that confirmation about this area. It is pretty geologically rich and energetically rich and very sacred.
Good. Blessings to you there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. It was wonderful to sit in this circle tonight.
And Brandon, I just want to add to you that Grandmother wanted to say that just remember that what you perceive as calamity is actually an opportunity for you to really exercise all of the gifts of your heart in these conditions that the planet, the universe, or whatever is co-creating for us to come together. And it's a beautiful outpouring of the opening of the heart. And sometimes we don't have to, but sometimes it just needs to be demonstrated. And so there was just this moment with in the transmission where there was, I felt like this outstretched hand that turned into a bridge for the beloved, the friend, the stranger, the one that's awake and aware, and the one that's finding their way. And so you've had absolute beautiful demonstrations of that through the floods in the hurricane in Texas, to witness that and to see that. And we'll see what unfolds in Florida. But I think a lot of these planetary events, from what I'm receiving right now, relate to us actually joining together once again as a real soul family and community. And
yes, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, it's an amazing.
Yes. Yeah, beautiful. That's just perfect. I mean, it's so, I just feel resonate the truth in that.
And it's really powerful because I posted something about one of my dear friends, Janice Stone, who traveled all the way from Boulder, Colorado down to Texas. She had some family there doing search and rescue. And now they're heading down to Florida on their way to see what they can do to assist if there's any need for them, out of her own pocket, out of her own way. And I, just gave. They have like a, just a little charitable thing that they do, but this is just an amazing demonstration right there of going the extra mile. And I think that's all of us to remind ourselves, not only to go the extra mile for someone outside in our community, but for ourselves in those moments when we, judge, lose our way. And I can tell you, in the last few months, I've had plenty of opportunity within myself to go through that in these periods of what I call the dark night of the soul for my own being. So to be here right now and to share loving kindness or kindness, I've really had to dig deep to find that within myself. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Karina. It's just beautiful.
And I'm going to unmute Carolyn. Where are you located, dear heart? I'm not sure if she's gone or still here. Carolyn? I think her she was there, but she's gone. Anyways, I know where Carolyn lives, and she's a beautiful being. Lives just 2 or 3 hours north of Toronto, Canada, and I've known her for a very long time. And she's a wonderful soul, and amazing being. So I thank her for being here. I know that William, who was on the call, he's from Seoul, South Korea, and I know that sometimes there's technical issues with the internet and what have you for him. So I thank him for being on the call as well. So we just have a few minutes before we complete circle, and I want to be able to give each of you the opportunity to connect into a loving kindness message from grandmother, and I wanted to check in with you to see if you are open to receive a message from grandmother, if that feels true or good to you.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
All right. And as we do this, and I call up the name, let's imagine that we are surrounding that being, like we put our hands up, like that being is being surrounded in the center of our circle, and that they can experience the beauty of that. So I'm just going to go with what grandmother is saying, and it just happens that Tracy's right in the center of the circle, so we're going to start with Tracy. Are you okay, girl, to start? So we're going to imagine that we're placing our hands. I hope everyone can hear me okay. Is the sound okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to just imagine that we're putting our hands up, and Tracy's in the center of our circle. As all beings who need to be there are there, who need to receive this message, will receive this message now. Oh, dear beloved one, you have trekked so many mountain summits, climbing and climbing to reach the top. In your energetics, in your journeys, in your travels, in your learnings, and all of the skills that you have brought into your physical life now, and all of the lifelines and lifetimes. So many of those journeys that you have traversed, climbing to the top of summits to gaze out and to see how each of the workings of the frequencies that are happening in the human culture, in humanity, in sentient life. There is a desire to climb to the top of those summits and to gaze out, to gaze up and see the sunlight that pours down, and to breathe in the purest air of presence. You are, in a way, the summit that you climb. You have a gift to gaze from the top of the summit and to gaze down and to pour so much of that loving frequency from the light that comes not only from the physical sun, but from the solar presence and from the celestial light, through your vehicle and down and pouring into humanity. Come to the great awareness of that each one of those treks up in your own physical journey is a reminder that you are already there so blessedly. And each time you climb a summit, you're meeting a part of yourself that has been awaiting your moment of recognition. So this is your time right now to just gaze out at all the summits and see all the sentinels of your being gazing back at you. It's all giving out a call like you would across the miles and expanse. And there's a message coming back. You are complete and whole just as you are. We are complete and whole just as we are. And as you gaze at each one of those aspects of yourself and each one of those summits, and you breathe it through, they all come together and unite now. This is your time to unite. If you want to climb more mountains and more summits, you're welcome to do that. But this is your time for integration, as it is for so many. Oh, blessed trekker of the mountain summit. Now is the time to just breathe and be and recognize the wealth of wisdom in your own blessed heart.
Thank you.
Breathing that through. As we move now to Brigida, thank you, beloved. As we move now to Brigida, and you are in the center of the circle, and we surround you with that love.
Thank you.
Breathing it through and feeling it, so ever present in being. Dear heart, you have always had roots here, for you are the tree like the tree of life, and you derive sustenance and nurturance from your times here on the planet. You have always carried deep roots wherever you have planted yourself. And as those roots have derived the nutrients and sustenance from this earthly presence and being, just realize that as the branches rise and open up in the trunk, the solidness of it, that you are physically sustained and nurtured. And then when the light pours down and through photosynthesis or through the transmutation of that great heavenly presence, you are able to bring the elixir of life into the leaves and the branches and down into the roots, into the earth again. You bring so much great wisdom from that transmutation quality, that photosynthesis, as each one of your leaves turn on that tree of life to receive the light. And as you guide that wisdom down into the roots and the soil, you send it through the planet. And divine beloved Mother Gaia Sophia, great heavenly womb, receives you as a sweet beloved priestess of that divine nurturance, and so welcomes all of the gifts that you bring so blessedly and so lovingly. So if you wonder whether or not you are grounded or rooted enough, wonder no more. Because each time you have arrived into a physical form, a new beloved essence and an iteration of another tree presence, like the tree of life, is within you. You can reach your hands up as if to bring the branches of delight and gather the celestial heavenly light through the messages of your soul and bring them into your hands and heart, bringing the prayers, songs, and symphonies of the great presence of the tree that shades, the tree that brings the fruit and the branches of being to this earth. Remember this. You need not try to be here when you have always, always been here. Always, always, always. You are welcomed and held in the earthly roots of your divinity as the sap that rises from the light of your being, branching more and more and more to bring more of the gifts of your heart and soul to all sentient life. We thank you for bringing that grace and that gift to this planetary sentient space. We honor you now, O Great One, for the tree of life. Receiving this in and breathing it through. One more thing. All the roots in all the systems all over the planet are all interconnected by the earth. So just remember you are interconnected with all the divine trees of life everywhere on this planet. And wherever you go, whatever it is that you offer, you are all connected and interconnected.
Thank you, Grandmother. Thank you, Karina. Thank you, Mother Gaia.
As we offer the center of the circle to Guillaume, would you like to be in the center, dear heart?
Yes.
As you bring your soul legacies and soul family and all beings who resonate with this message into the center of the circle with you. Oh, dear great star being, you might as well be floating through the celestial seas because there is so much starry light flowing through your being. You have translated again and again the sweet, sensitive languages, bringing them into holy form. Oh, to bring such divinity into one being. And yet there are so many that dwell in this one celestial, starry soul. Like a heavenly scribe, when the languages descend in stardust, raining down in cosmic waves, you as the great antennae listening so attentively, so lovingly, guiding that language into a form with the great skill of a heart that is open and free to receive. You do it for no other reason but the joy of offering it. And how you have traveled so far to come here at this time, to offer these gifts so freely, so lovingly. In this moment, grandmother's tears are pouring down. She's gazing into your heart and saying, thank you, thank you. Whatever your personal circumstances is as you rose up out of them, you are now seated in the stars and welcoming in the celestial languages. And such a great translator of this cosmic language. And you bring with you such a welcoming, open, immaculate, innocent awareness. Never trying ever to tell what another to do, but just offering a meal of this light. And in doing so, enriching so many. Keep on, keeping on. There are so many that surround and support you at this time. Aspects of your own deity guiding that ship of the heart of your being through the cosmic oceans, through the stardust of light and love. You have always, always been a star traveler, looking for the locations that need the translation of the great cosmic event. And you land and you come for a brief time to usher in the openings and the closings. And Grandmother says you are so welcomed and so honored. Bowing down, gazing into your heart, and thanking you. What a wonder to behold. So be it, dear one, so be it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
As I call forth Brandon, would you like to step into the center of the circle, Brandon?
Yes, thank you.
And may you bring all those that resonate with this message in your soul groups and any of those that like to come and stand in the center with this beloved being. Your gifts are opening in so many ways, and they are still mysteries not to be resolved, but simply to be witnessed. This ship that you are guiding and are, it is traversing through different waters in different ways. And you, as the captain of this, is on this journey through mysteries and through destinations. Along the way, you step off and go into different land formations and bring the great news of the day to those that are welcoming you into their hearts and homes and villages and cities. And what you bring is so beyond what you say. Remember this as you stand before these groups, as they ask for new ways of living and being. You've been receiving for a long, long time, not just this lifetime, but many, and you have been preparing ways in which villages, communities, cities, and civilizations can live in harmony in wholeness, in health, and well-being, just as you have done the same for your own. But remember, dear heart, there are mysteries beyond the word and the form. Just standing there and gazing transmits so much. Remember this. Each and every time that little human part of you that says, can I? Is it possible? Will I? You just stand firm and say, I am. And in that knowing, the mysteries open to reveal the gifts beyond anything that you can impart and say. It just transfers through you. This is the gift that you offer so wondrously and so beautifully. And as the ship grows and changes in its form and its design, you come to realize that all of these journeys are bringing you to the sacred space of your heart. And every time that you encounter a new location and a new place where you land and bring forth the gifts from the ship of the soul of your being, you are reminded of the times where you stood where they were, wondering and waiting for the ship of the guidance of the heart and the soul of the new civilization and the new way of being for humanity, for heart and home in all sentient life. From the spirit of the spark of the new beginning, in the closing and the closure, in the completion of the age that is done. You are here guiding the ship to all the different ports and landing places on this planet and dimensions beyond to share the good news of the day that is dawning in each heart, in each being. Blessed be the wonder and magnificence of your being. So be it, and so it is.
Thank you so much. That's just so perfect, and I am right here doing it. Thank you.
Bernadette, are you ready to go in the center of the circle?
I am.
And bringing with you all your soul groups and any beings who align with the message that arrives for you.
Yes.
As we surround you and all counsel surrounding you as well. Stand firm in the presence that descends. Stand firm in the presence that arises. Stand firm and open the beating heart of the beloved one within. With great wisdom and great gifts, there comes great opportunities and challenges. And you, dear heart, are asked now to stand firm fully. You are the church and the cathedral. You are the temple and the home. Open up the signal call in your heart. Tune it and turn it on so that all beings who long and search to find the way home may come and sit with thee and just bathe. Bathe and soak and be saturated in the firmness of your heart and the welcoming embrace of the light of your being. Your wisdom is the wisdom of the being that stands firm and true for so many. The goddess roars through you, and she will not be silenced anymore. The starlight exudes through your heavenly pores and spirals out for all to see. The cathedral bells are ringing and singing through the songs of your vibratory awakenings over and over and over again. And the temple prayers inside from all the beings that you have carried in so many lifetimes in prayer and song are resonating through you now. Light the fire in the darkest night. Let the warmth of the embers that rise in the prayers and the blessings you place within them be a signal call for all to come and sit at the hearth and the heart of the fire. For you too are a grandmother presence, and you too need to let the voice rise up and be heard. You are the temple and the cathedral. You are the great cave of wisdom. It's time to open up all of that wise wisdom presence. Let it be heard and let it be seen. But first ring the bells loud like the signal call for all. And let the songs of your heart be heard. So you call forth the great wise ones to come and sit in circle so that they may pass the blessings around. And as you gaze into the fire, you send forth the blessings to all. Hear this. Stand firm. Be true. Honor the truth that you are. Honor the truth. The silent, powerful wisdom of the great roaring goddess of love. Thank you. As we complete with Charlie, are you ready to come in the center, dear heart?
Yes. Yes, I am. Always. Always present and ready. Thank you.
As we welcome you into the center of the circle and all who resonate with that, the message that comes in all the groups and the soul councils. We surrender you with our loving light. The messages and the messenger has landed. He is home. In the wisdom of the ages that you have collected along the ways. From all the dimensional journeys in the body and out. You have traveled far, and now the message and the messenger has landed, has arrived, and is here. The great wisdom of that presence that is the powerful masculine, a masculine presence with its gentleness, with its all-pervasive nature, and with such deep regard for the feminine, for the goddess. Here you stand as a fortress of 1 billion strong, wherever you go and sit. O message and messenger, the circle forms, and the goddess comes, the mother arrives, the daughter sits, and blesses you for the blessings you give to this beloved planet, to the star goddesses. You made a decree and a decision to come at this time. And you have arrived, and it has landed. The messenger is here, and the message has arrived. You have opened your heart. You have laid your will at the feet of the Divine Mother. And you honor this planet in all its divine ways. Gaia, Mama, Sophia, in all her blessedness. And all the mineral kingdoms, and all the elementals, and all the Devic kingdoms, and all the beloved nature, sentient, is honored by your presence here and the gifts you offer so sweetly, so lovingly, so humbly. The rivers that flow through this man are the rivers of the celestial heart, of the divine beloved within. What blessings rain from your sweet nature, from your divine words, and from your acts of courage, from the great ceremonial acts of love that you offer through the resonance of your heart, from the peace of your soul, and from the love of your blessed light. All wisdom and guidance is brought through this, and each gift you offer, you hope and know that it will be opened in service to the awakening, upliftment, and the rising nature of humanity, nature, source divine, and all sentient life. Take in these blessings, dear heart, in that humble presence, and know that you are guided and supported in all ways. The message and the messenger is fully arrived, and has arrived, and is here. So be it, and so it is.
Oh, bless you, grandmother. Bless you, Karina. Thank you, Mother Goddess. Thank you to each and every one of you in this circle for being present. And know that within your hearts, the kindness, the joy, the peace, the light, and the love is all yours. has always been yours, can never not be yours. And may you serve it with kindness and love. Bless you all.
So be it, and so it is. As we complete this circle now, thank you all for joining in this 9th blessing of kindness. And as we complete this circle, for all that are here and present, and all who may witness this, bring your hands to your heart and listen to the welcoming call of kindness that is the all-pervading wisdom that melts all barriers, that embraces all burdens, that clears all beliefs, and opens the heart to the divine nature of truth in the mysteries of that which is called love. So be it, and so it is.